you about. Spinners are going to bring in Yusniel Padron Artiles, and he is coming off one of the most dominant performances that one could ever imagine. Let's start with his numbers during the regular season. 7-1 with a 2.67 ERA. 13 games in the regular season, 8 games started, 64 innings, 55 hits, 22 runs, 19 earned runs. He gave up 6 home runs during the regular season, 2 at-bats, 16 walks, 84 strikeouts, and the league hit 227 against him. The last time out, what can we say? Padron against Batavia on September 5th went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 14 strikeouts, and he struck out the first 12 batters that he faced. And that set a record in all of organized baseball. Against Brooklyn on the season, he pitched against the Cyclones twice. June 19th at the last year, he went 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 runs. Both earned, no walks and 7 strikeouts. He pitched here in Brooklyn on July 31st. He went 6 innings in that one, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. Randy Adon will step in for Brooklyn to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Adon 1 for 1. He doubled in the second and scored a run. The pitch, breaking ball, strike 1. Adon moved up in the box as if he was trying to lay down a bunt. He takes the called strike. 0-1. And the Spinners right-hander, Padron deals, swinging a pop-up in the infield. And coming on over is the second baseman, making the catch is Cannon, 1 out. Adon out on a pop to second. Here's Ortega, who grounded out to first base in the second inning. The out-of-town score is brought to you by Middlesex Community College. More than 80 degree and certificate programs and hundreds of non-credit courses, Middlesex can help you earn a degree. Begin a bachelor's degree or upgrade your skills. Their schedule fits your schedule. Day, evening, and weekend options. Study in a small class environment at a price you can afford online or on campus in Bedford and Lowell. To learn more, visit middlesex.mass.edu. Ortega stands in and fouls the first pitch off to the left over the roof for strike 1. As we mentioned, no other New York Penn League games tonight. Here in Brooklyn, we're tied at 2-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball now as Padron deals the 0-1. Breaking ball, strike 2. Yankees are in Detroit. They lead the Tigers 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Dodgers are in Baltimore facing the Orioles. Dodgers lead 4-0 after 2. Braves trail the Phillies 4-0 after 2. Fastball high, check swing, he didn't bite. 1-2. Red Sox are in Toronto tonight. They lead the Blue Jays 1-0. Mookie Betts with a home run up at Rogers Center. Arizona, the Mets 2-1 New York. Bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, stabbed by the third baseman Northcutt from his knees. The throw is in time as Davis picks it on the other end. Great play all the way around. Northcutt to his knees, smothering the ground ball and firing a one-hopper over to Joe Davis. Nice pick on the other end as well by Big Joe. Milwaukee 2, Miami 1. Bottom of the second down in South Florida. Washington at Minnesota. Scoreless after 1. Tampa Bay at Texas tonight. Oakland at Houston. Kansas City at the White Sox, St. Louis at Colorado, Pittsburgh at San Francisco, Cleveland is at the Angels. Here's the pitch to Mangum, ground ball, Davis backhands at first, the flip to Padron in time as they get the out to retire the side. Other games, Cubs at San Diego and Cincinnati at Seattle. As Brooklyn is out in order in the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We've completed 4 innings. This game coming to you from MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York. You're listening to the New York Penn League Championship Game 3, 2-2 the score. You're listening to Lowell Spinners Championship Baseball on 980 WCAP.
This is Jerry Diamond, physical therapist, AP.
Along with our producer, Cindy Annis, John Leahy back with you. We're at MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York. Spinners and the Cyclones in the deciding game of the New York Penn League Championship. All tied up at 2-2. And for the Spinners here in the 5th, they'll send up the 9-1-2 hitters. It'll be Ron Hell, Jimenez, and Decker. Now, you talk about a game like this, all hands on deck for the pitching staff, but anybody on the bench also should be ready to come into this game at any time. And along those lines, let's take a look at the bench players for the Spinners in this game. They have one left-handed bat on the bench, Jonathan Diaz. They've got a switch hitter in Alex Zero, which could be proved to be very valuable. And they've got a bunch of right-handed hitters. Kybert Petit, Don Raffaella, Jack Scrotians, Will Dalton, Aldani Baldwin, Matthew Lugo, and Luke Bandy, all available on the bench for the Spinners tonight. Baldwin is particularly intriguing. He came in as a pinch hitter in Game 1, so he's certainly a weapon in Luke Montz's arsenal. Ron Hell hit a ground ball to the pitcher his first time. He's 0 for 1. Allen, the second pitcher on for the Cyclones. Here's the first pitch, and it's taken for a called strike. 0-1. This is normally the time in the broadcast when we take a look at the Red Sox organizational scoreboard, but no other teams playing tonight. The Spinners are in. Here's the pitch, and there's a called strike, 0-2. That segment of the broadcast brought to you by Mill City Environmental. Since 2001, Mill City Environmental has been providing complete and environmentally safe solutions. The 0-2 to Oscar, and he grounds one down to third. Third baseman down to 1D. Here's the throw. It's in time. Nice play. Ron Hell is thrown out by Romero. 1 out. Remediation and restoration come with their own unique set of challenges and problems, so no matter how difficult the project, you need to work with a team of experts that has seen it all and has a proven record of success. Mill City Environmental Corporation, serving the individual, business, and governmental sectors. Find out more at millcityenv.com. Final numbers for Dylan Spakey. He goes a third of an inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Here's Jimenez. Round out to first, a line out to second. Swings and rolls a foul down the right field line for strike 1. 0-1. And the 0-1, swinging a foul back to the screen. And as trails in the count 0-2. Well, we expected a well-pitched, close game, and that's exactly what we're getting. Why would we expect anything different? 2-2 our score. Play in the top of the 5th. Cyclones with 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. Spinners tied it with 2 in the top of the 3rd. The error, by the way, has been changed. The right fielder in charge with the error. Jimenez swings and misses, strike 3. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Allen has been perfect since coming in. The youngster has struck out 5. He's retired 2. He struck out 2 and retired 5. That's what I meant to say. Here's Decker. Nick has been to the plate twice, and he has walked both times he's been up. I want to say hi to Brian Daniels. Brian is tuned into our broadcast. Here's the pitch on the way, low, and it gets back to the backstop, ball 1. Brian says he listens to ball games every time he's sitting in the stands at the home games. Brian says he wishes he could be here in Brooklyn tonight. And we want to thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us and listening all year. The pitch, swinging a foul tip by Decker, rolling it off to the left. Jimmy Mercedes checks in with us on Twitter. Jimmy says he's still cheering, hoping the Spinners bring the championship to the city of Lowell. Decker will stand in. He'll wait the 1-1. Allen deals. Decker lines one sharply down to first, but right there is Janord. He'll step on the bag, and the Spinners will go quietly in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We have completed 4.5 innings. This game coming to you from MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York. It's Game 3 of the NY-PENN League Championship Series. 2-2 the score. You listen to Lowell Spinners postseason baseball on 980 WCAP.
Middlesex Community College is a proud sponsor of the Lowell Spinners on WCAP. Discover your path at MCC. With flexible course scheduling and credit for prior learning, MCC can help you begin your bachelor's degree or upgrade your skills. Offering more than 80 degree and certificate programs and hundreds of non-credit courses, MCC prepares students to meet the challenges of a rapidly changing workforce. Study in a small class environment online or on campus in Bedford and Lowell. Classes begin September 4th. Learn more at middlesex.mass.edu. At Pride Star EMS, providing excellent medical transportation is the core of their business. But
Welcome back to Brooklyn. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Here's Neil Padron into his 2nd inning of work. Set down the Cyclones 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Duplantis, Romero, and Reyes, the top of the order for Brooklyn. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Antoine Duplantis is 1 for 2. Single to center and grounded out to second. And Padron will get set to work here. Let's take a look here at Padron and Duplantis during the regular season. Let's see if they faced each other. Duplantis was 2 for 3 with an RBI against him. He takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1. Spinners right-hander into the windup, and the pitch is popped in the air. Third base side is going to drift out of play. Ball lands just underneath the second level of the stadium. Antoine Duplantis, first year in the Mets organization. After the 12th round, off-speed pitch misses outside. And the count 1-2. He owns the LSU all-time hits record with 359. He broke that in the Tigers' NCAA regional final. They were eliminated by Florida State in the regional. Swinging a slow ground ball, twisted foul down the third base line. Brooklyn manager Edgardo Alfonso making the play. And firing them into these stands. Duplantis, born and raised in Lafayette, Louisiana, attended Lafayette High School, which is where Spinners manager Luke Montz is from. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Duplantis down on strikes. One away for Brooklyn here in the 5th. Padron will pick up his first strikeout. The batter will be Yoel Romero. Romero stepping on in, reached on a batter's interference and grounded out 3 unassisted. Here's the pitch on the way. High pop fly into shallow center. Shortstop drifting out. And there to make the catch is Flores. That's the second out. Spinners' previous owner, Drew Weber, in the house tonight. Drew is here in Brooklyn watching his Spinners in the championship series. Great to see Drew. As Wilmer Reyes will step in for the Cyclones. Reyes, 2 strikeouts. Reyes struck out swinging in the first, and he also was called out on strikes in the third. Padron, the right-hander, into the windup in the pitch. There's a fastball right down the middle, and the count is 0-1. Padron, at times, was very dominant in the postseason. The pitch caught on and missed, and the count 0-2. Boy, when Padron takes something off that pitch, the breaking ball, it can be devastating. The 0-2 from Padron, here it is. Swinging the ground ball, hit down to second base, up with it is Cannon. The underhand flip is in time for the out that retires the side. Brooklyn, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We have completed 5 innings. This game coming to you from MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York. You're listening to Game 3 of the NY-PENN League Championship Series 2-2 on 980 WCAP.
Lowell Spinners Baseball on 980 WCAP is brought to you in part by Michael G. Conway and...
All right, we're back here in Brooklyn, New York. We go to the top of the 6th. Spinners 2, Cyclones 2. It's going to be Cannon, Davis, and Northcutt coming up here in the top of the 6th. What a pleasure it was to see Drew Weber in the house. Drew, of course, the owner, prior to the present owner, Dave Heller, had a chance to chat briefly with Drew in between innings, and he's so thrilled to have the opportunity for the Spinners to be where they are. This is as deep as they've ever gotten in the postseason. And of course, the street outside of Malasha Park is named in Drew's honor, Drew Weber Way. And what a big thrill it is to see Drew Weber in the house tonight. Cameron Cannon with a walk and a single will get us started here in the top half of the 6th inning. The Cyclones right-hander Matthew Allen still out there. Second Brooklyn pitcher of the contest. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball strike to Cannon. And it is 0-1. Cannon, Davis, and Northcutt coming up for Lowell here in the 6th. As Allen gets set to deal the 0-1. High fly ball, but he didn't get all of it. Right center field. And the second baseman will range out. Ritter will make the play. 1 out. Cannon pops to second. 1 gone. Today in baseball history for the final time this year, brought to you by Greater Merrimack Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau. There's something for everyone right in our backyard. Historical sites of the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, museums, galleries, music, shopping, lodging, and dining, and so much more. Your adventure awaits. To learn more, go to merrimackvalley.org. Here's Joe Davis. High fly ball, left field, well hit. Back to the wall, and the left fielder is there, and he makes the catch at the wall. Oh, I think the wind might have knocked that one down. Looked good off the bat, but Davis flies out to deep left. Duplantis making the grab up against the wall. Spinners were a victim of the wind there, I think. As Davis out on a deep fly ball. Allen continuing his mastery. He is set down. The first 8 that he has faced. Here's Northcutt. Nick is single to left. Is struck out. Here's the pitch on the way. Northcutt pops this one in the air off to the right. This ball's going to land very close to us. And off. Ball will now bounce back into the seating area. Here's the one strike pitch from Allen to Northcutt. One strike offering. Nick takes it upstairs and away. Ball 1, 1-2. Today in baseball history, September 10th. Get to that in a moment. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Allen kicks and deals, swinging a slow roller, third base, coming on in, making the throw across in time is Romero, and that's going to do it for the Spinners in the 6th. Lowell, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We have completed 5.5 innings. This game coming to you from MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York. This is Game 3 of the NY-PENN League Championship. 2-2 the score. You're listening to Lowell Spinners postseason baseball on 980 WCAP.
The Greater Merrimack Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau is your connection to 21 local cities and towns.
From New York, Spinners and the Cyclones tied at 2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ritter, Genord, and Beatty, the middle of the order, coming up for the Brooklyn Cyclones. And we'll get to a few notes here on today in baseball history. McCarver made his major league debut at the age of 17 on this day. When he flied out to right field as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning of the Cardinals' 7-4 loss to Milwaukee at County Stadium. McCarver turned down football scholarships from Notre Dame and Tennessee to play baseball. He made the right decision. Here's Ritter, 1 for 2. He singled to left and struck out. Ground ball smacked directly to the shortstop. Flores throws him out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Ritter grounds out 6-3. And here's Joe Genord. He hit into a force out and single. Genord 1 for 2. The Mets on this day in 1969 moved into first place for the first time in their history. They faced with a doubleheader sweep of Montreal, a 3-2 win in 12 innings. In the opener, a 7-1 victory in the nightcap. Took a 1-game lead over the second-place Cubs. Dropped the 6-2 game to the Phillies. Fastball grounded down to short. Flores has it. Throw to first in time. Davis has to come off the bag, and he's going to be safe. Davis can't pick it up. It's going to be an error on Flores. The throw pulled Davis off the bag. And the Brooklyn Cyclones are going to have a 1-out base run. Ball was hit directly at Flores. He had plenty of time to make the play. It looks like he rushed the throw just a little bit. Davis had to come off the bag, and the runner overslid the bag. If Davis could have come up with that ball cleanly, he could have tagged him out, but instead, Genord reaches on the air. Here's Beatty. He's walked and struck out. Flores made 11 errors during the regular season. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. 0-1. Mark McGwire became only the second player in Major League history to hit 50 home runs in consecutive seasons on this day in 1997. Here's the 0-1, and Padron will miss high. On 1-1. Alex Rodriguez in 2002 broke the home run record for shortstops he established the previous year. In 2002, the Ranger infielder slugged his Major League 52nd and 53rd home runs of the year as Texas beat Seattle 3-2. The 1-1. And this is outside. 2-1. The Angels on this day in 2008 clinched the division flag on the earliest date in the history of the American League West. The Angels, the first club this season to secure a postseason spot, finished first 4 times in the past 5 years. That's your look at today in baseball history. Runner at first, 1 out. 2-2 the score, bottom half of the 6th. Deciding game of the New York-Penn League Championship Series. The pitch, line drive, right side, foul. Ball landed about 3 rows deep on the first base side of the ballpark. Spinners in search of what would be their 46th and most important win of the season. Spinners were one of the best road teams in the league. Brooklyn, on the other hand, they were one of the best home teams. Padron with a long look in. He will come to the set. 2-2 pitch. Sliced foul off to the left. The ball lands in the rooftop seating areas and out of play. Count holding at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Padron hoping for a double play here to wipe out the runner at first. Neal has been the Spinners' best pitcher all year. He'll need to be here tonight. There's a pickoff move, and back to the bag goes Genord. Beatty, the Spinners' designated hitter. I'm sorry, the Cyclones' designated hitter. Padron will come to the set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's on the way. Swinging a grounder, foul down the first base line. Andy Chavez is the Cyclones' first base coach. Two balls, 2 strikes on Beatty. Padron looking in. He's got a runner at first to be concerned about. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3 call. Got him on the outside corner with a hook. Beatty is rung up. And that's going to be the second strikeout for Padron. Here's Adon. Adon has doubled and popped to second. Adon's double in the second inning was a crucial double. That moved the runner over to third. Cyclones would wind up scoring 2 runs in that frame. Padron comes up with a big second out. Now he's got the dangerous Rafi Adon to deal with. Padron ready. Here's the pitch. Adon lifts a high pop into right field. Shallow. Second baseman out. Right fielder in. It's going to be Decker that makes the catch. That will retire the side. So the error winds up being harmless. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and Brooklyn leaves 1. We have completed 6 innings. This game coming to you from MCU Park in Brooklyn. It's Game 3 of the New York-Penn League Championship Series. 2-2 the score. You listen to Lowell Spinners post-game baseball on 980 WCAP.
Few things are as rewarding as building a business, one that makes a positive impact in our community and in the lives of those who live here. At Lowell 5, there's nothing as rewarding as helping you build that business with a range of business banking solutions designed for every stage of your growth. Real relationships build things that last. Visit reallowell5.com to keep your business moving in the right direction.
Four Sisters Owl Diner at 244 Appleton Street in Lowell is proud to sponsor Lowell Spinners Baseball on 980 WCAP. Lowell's choice for mouth-watering hearty breakfast made to order every day from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Sundays from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., and diner lunches from Monday through Friday, certain to please. Four Sisters Owl Diner, 244 Appleton Street in Lowell, where friends and family meet to eat breakfast, lunch, and brunch. Arrow Container Services for all your open-top roll-off needs in the Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire. Call 877-32-ARROW for prompt, professional, reliable service. 10 to 40 cubic yard containers to handle debris from house cleanouts, yard work, roofing, and general construction. No delivery fees or hidden costs. Arrow will size your job and give free quotes to homeowners and contractors alike. Call 877-32-ARROW or visit arrowcontainerservices.com. Arrow Container, not just a disposal service, they're family.
The Lowell Spinners on 980 WCAP.
Brooklyn. We go to the top of the seventh. New pitcher for the Cyclones, Mitch Reagan, is now in the ballgame. Let's take a look at Reagan's numbers. 3-2 with a 3.09 ERA. 15 games in the regular season, 3 games started, 35 innings, 27 hits, 17 runs, 12 earned runs. Reagan's given up 1 home run, 2 at-bats, but 3 walks, 31 strikeouts. Reagan faced the Spinners on July 30th down here in Brooklyn. 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. He's from Omaha, Nebraska, 6 feet 3, 210 pounds, a 15th round selection by the Mets out of Creighton. Reagan in his first pro year, and he's going to face, here in the 7th, Campagna, Flores, and then Scott. Marino Campagna is 0 for 2 in this ball game. Campagna has lined out to third. He's also grounded out to short. We have a tie ball game, 2-2 in the 7th inning. Cyclones got 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd, a walk to Beatty, a double by Adon to put runners in 2nd and 3rd, an RBI single by Mango to make it 1-0. Duplantis with an RBI ground out to make it 2-0. Spinners tied it with 2 in the 3rd. And a base hit by Joe Davis and a throwing error by the right fielder, allowing the runs to score. Campagna swings at the first pitch, lifts a foul off to the right, out of play. And the count 0-1. So 3 innings for Allen out of the pen. No hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He was outstanding. Reagan's last outing was at Hudson Valley on September 4th. 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1-1 the count. Reagan got a win over Staten Island on August 31st, a win at Connecticut on August 23rd, a win over Tri-City on July 24th. Here's the 1-1. Plays off, and it's a ball outside. 2-1. Particularly effective against the Spinners on July 30th with those 5 strikeouts. Full name Mitchell Preston Reagan. There's a ball low as it 1-hops up to the plate. And the count goes to 3-1. Reagan is a 22-year-old right-hander. Now the Brooklyn right-hander into the windup. Here's the pitch. High drive, left field, well hit, back to the wall, gone! Campagna puts the Spinners on top, 3-2 with a solo home run. It cleared the left field wall with plenty to spare. It hit just to the right of the light pole as we look at it. Campagna with a home run over the left field wall, and the Spinners, for the first time tonight, have a 3-2 lead. That ball was absolutely crushed, and the Spinners come pouring out of the dugout to salute Marino Campagna. Reagan gives up a home run to the first batter he faces. Here's Flores, 0 for 2. Flores is flied to right and struck out. Now, no doubter, wind or no wind. Here's the pitch, cut on and missed. And it's 0-1 to Flores. That ball was crushed in between the light pole and the scoreboard, actually. The 0-1 pitch from Reagan. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. He's at the bag, and a throw across in time by Romero, and that's going to be out number 1. Now, to get to this point in the game, you're going to see the corner infielders playing as close to that line as possible more often than not. That was the case there. Stephen Scott will step in. Scott hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out to second. Well, how many times have we said this year Marino Campagna has been able to deliver in the clutch? Marino had that big walk-off home run against Staten Island on the 4th of July. Here's the pitch. Lays off, and it's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Campagna hit 7 home runs in the regular season. That's the first home run by the Spinners in this series. They had a couple in the Batavia series, of course. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss there. And the count 0-2. Campagna had the grand slam. Padron will have a lead to protect now, but the Spinners want to tack on more with now leading the ball game 3-2 here in the top of the seventh. The Brooklyn right-hander deals. Here it is. There's a foul at the plate by Scott. And the count 1-2. Campagna led the team in home runs during the regular season with 7, and he may never hit a bigger home run in his life than the one he just hit to give the Spinners a 3-2 lead. Lowell still being out, hit 5-4. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Scott with a swing and a miss. He went after a high fastball. That'll be the second out of the inning. Here's Ron Hell, the catcher. Oscar is 0 for 2. He's grounded back to the pitcher, and he grounded out to third. Ron Hell will stand in from the left side against the right-hander Reagan. Here's the pitch. Ball 1 low. MCU Park all of a sudden has gotten very, very quiet. Cyclones have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up in the bottom of the seventh. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. That started inside, and then it tailed right over the heart of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Oscar. And the 1-1 pitch from Reagan. Ground ball hit foul down the first base line. Count now 1-2. No lead is safe in this ballpark. Cyclones have made a habit of rallying with come-from-behind wins. Ronell with a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's it. But Marino Campagna with the home runs. Spinners have taken
Service. When you call Francis E. Preventure Insurance, they work with you to tailor the insurance policy that will best serve you. Auto, home, life, health, they've got you covered. And you can save hundreds by bundling your policies. Call 978-459-8681 or visit FEPINS.com.
When we're not talking, you're rocking Cindy's Vinyl Vault with Cindy and Peter. We spin the best music from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. 3 nights a week. Sunday nights at 10 o'clock, Monday nights at 11 o'clock, and Wednesday nights we'll get you over the hump at 10 o'clock. Tune in to Cindy's Vinyl Vault, and remember, it's not how old it is, but how great it sounds.
This is your home for
2-1 from Padron. That's in there with a fastball, strike 2. 2-2. Davis and Northcutt carefully guarding the lines at first and third. Outfield medium depth. Here's the pitch from Padron. High pop-up into shallow left. Left fielder coming on in. Scott, he's there, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. Ortega out on a fly ball to left. That's going to bring us to Jake Mangum. Mangum 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the second inning. Grounded out 3-1 in the fourth. Padron now has worked a 3 1/3 stellar innings. Here's the pitch, and the breaking ball stays up in the zone. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Padron led the team in wins with 7, also threw 64 innings during the regular season. And that was a team high. Also led the team with 84 strikeouts. Here's the 1-0 from Padron. That misses outside, 2-0. Mangum to be followed by Duplantis. The meat of the Brooklyn order still will have one more crack at this thing. Spinners with a 1-run lead, now need outs. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Padron. There's a strike. Fastball outside corner at the knees. Count 2-1. Spinners trying to improve on a 5-2 record in the month of September. August was a rough month, but they turned the corner with that sweep of the Connecticut Tigers to end the regular season. Fell behind 1-0 to Batavia, came back and beat them in the first round. The pitch, line foul down the left field line, out of play. Count even up at 2-2. One man out, nobody on. Bottom of the seventh, game 3 of the New York-Penn League Championship. Spinners 3, Cyclones 2. Marino Campagna breaking the 2-2 tie with a solo home run in the top half of the 7th inning. Padron ready. Yusniel with the 2-2. Line drive toward the middle. Shortstop can't get it. It's into center field for a base hit. Mangum is now 2 for 3. And the Cyclones have the tying run aboard. Here's Duplantis, 1 for 3. He is singled, rounded out to second in the second inning with an RBI, and then struck out swinging in the 5th. Brooklyn collecting their first hit off of Yusniel Padron. Brooklyn has 6 hits in the game now. They're out hitting the Spinners 6-4. Both teams have made an error. Duplantis bangs his bat on the plate, stands in from the left side. Spinners right-hander at the belt. And the pitch, there is ball 1. See if Brooklyn gets aggressive with Mangum on the base pass. He's an excellent stolen base performer for the Cyclones. Mangum with 17 steals during the regular season. 17 steals in 22 attempts. And the Spinners right-hander at the belt. Padron kicks and deals. Line drive, base hit. Down the right field line. It's going to go all the way down into the corner. And this is going to tie the ball game as the Cyclones will send the run around. It's a triple off the bat of Duplantis. And Brooklyn has tied the game 3-3. Mangum all the way around to score for the Cyclones. And it's now Lowell 3, Brooklyn 3. Luke Montz will make his way out of the Spinners dugout, and we'll have a conference on the mound with all the infielders getting together. So Duplantis now has 2 hits in the game, stroking that one down the right field line, and tying up the game. The Cyclones will now have a runner at third with 1 out. They'll have the potential go-ahead run just 90 feet away. The infield will come in for Lowell. And here's Romero, was called out on a batter's interference in the first, grounded out to first base in the second inning, popped up to short in the 5th. Cyclones now out hitting the Spinners 7-4. They've squared the ball game at 3. Fans on their feet here at MCU Park. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low. And the count 1-0. Let's go Cyclones. The chant here at MCU Park. Padron at the belt. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a strike on an off-speed. Count even up at 1-1. The lead has gone by the boards on the RBI triple by Duplantis. Here's the set by Padron. The 1-1 pitch from the Lowell right-hander. Here it comes. Line drive, base hit, left field. The run scores, and Brooklyn has a 4-3 lead. Yoel Romero grounds one between third and short. To left field, and the Cyclones with a 2-run inning have the lead. Duplantis scores, and Brooklyn has regained the lead. Here's the shortstop Reyes, 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts. He's also grounded out to second. Spinners will have to play from behind. And Lowell right now down to their last 6 outs. And Brooklyn has regained the lead. All with 1 out here in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw is going to be in time. Caught stealing is Romero. And making the throw is Ronhell. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning with the bases empty. And the count on Reyes, 0-1. That first pitch was a strike. And the right-hander deals 0-1. That bends a little bit up high, 1-1. Spinners will send the top of the order in the 8th. It'll be Jimenez, Decker, and Cannon. If anybody gets on, Joe Davis. Here's the 1-1. He squares the bunt and lays one foul over by the Cyclones on deck circle. Count now 1-2. Luke Ritter waiting on deck. There's the pitch on the way from Padron. That one bends in there for a called third strike. Reyes is out, and so are the Cyclones. But Brooklyn scores 2 runs in the inning, 3 hits. There were no errors, and Brooklyn will leave. No sudden, the Spinners find themselves down to their last 6 outs. Andrew Edwards, left-hander, comes on for the Brooklyn Cyclones. Edwards on the year for Brooklyn, 3-2 with a 3.30 ERA. Edwards appeared in 16 games during the regular season, 3 out of 7, and check that, 3 out of 4 in save opportunities. 30 innings, 23 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned runs, 2 home runs, 4 hit batsmen, 14 walks, and 35 strikeouts. Edwards' last outing against Hudson Valley picked up the win on September 6th. 2 innings, walking 1 and striking out 5. He picked up a win over Vermont on August 25th, a win at Staten Island on August 11th, win over Hudson Valley on August 5th, and he lost to the Spinners on July 31st, going an inning and a third. 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Edwards is from Las Cruces, New Mexico, 6'2", 210 pounds, 31st round pick out of New Mexico State, 22 years old. Top of the order coming up for the Spinners. Jimenez, Decker, and Cannon will come up to the plate for the Lowell Spinners. The plan here, I'm guessing, for Brooklyn is for Edwards to be the bridge to the 9th inning if Brooklyn can hold the lead. Here's the pitch on the way. There's a called strike, 0-1. If the Cyclones have this lead going to the 9th, my guess is they go to either the right-hander Mullenbach or the right-hander Santos. Spinners trying to puncture a hole in that theory here in the top of the 8th. Here's the 0-1. Off speed is outside, ball 1. Jimenez lunged forward as if he was going to bunt. No contact made with the pitch. 1-1 the count. Brooklyn 4, Lowell 3. As we play in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch from Edwards. Jimenez squares to bunt, and the pitch is a strike. Gilberto batting right-handed here against the lefty Edwards, switch hitter. It'll be a 1-2 from the Cyclone left-hander. Low and inside, ball 2. Spinners would love to get this leadoff man on. Jimenez runs faster than anybody on the team. Spinners have been a resilient group all year. They're going to need that resiliency here. At the top of the 8th inning, down a run. Edwards with the 2-2. Low and inside, ball 3. Full count to Hemi. Edwards, the New Mexico native, played his collegiate ball at New Mexico State. Here's the payoff to Gilberto Jimenez. The left-hander deals, line drive, couple of hops out to shortstop. The throw is in time for the out. That's a 6-3 ground out. Jimenez is retired, 1 out for the Spinners here in the 8th. Gilberto 0 for 4 in this contest. Spinners down to their last 5 outs. Here's Decker, 2 walks. He's also grounded to first. Nick is 0 for 1. Brooklyn, their outfield playing very deep all the way around. The home run, the triple by Duplantis tying the game, and then the base hit by Romero putting them ahead. Here's the pitch. Foul down the left field line by Decker. For 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Cyclones. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Lowell Spinners. One strike pitch on the way to Decker. Nick watches it into the mid. It's a curve down low. The count even at 1-1. Decker lays the bat across the front of the plate. Now stands in awaiting the 1-1. The left-hander deals. Decker takes it high. Count now 2-1. Decker to be followed by Cameron Cannon here in the 8th. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Nick. Swing and a miss. He blew the fastball right by him. And the count evens at 2-2. Decker steadies the bat. Now he'll step out of the box, asking home plate umpire Justin Juska for time, and it's granted. Nick will move back in. He will await the 2-2 pitch from the left-hander Edwards. Here it comes. Decker takes it low and outside, and it's a full count. 3-2 the count. Wind is now shifted. The pattern now, wind is blowing from right to left across the outfield. It's been a steady breeze all night long. Edwards ready. The left-hander into the windup. Here's the pitch. And it hit him. It hit Decker in the back. The Spinners will get a base runner here in the most painful way possible. Decker plunked by the pitch. So the go-ahead run will come up. Here's Cannon. Cannon has walked. He had a base hit in the 3rd. Scored on an error by the right fielder on a throw back in, and then popped up to 2nd. Spinners are going to send in a pinch runner here. This looks like Bandy coming in. It's a run. It will be. Luke Bandy will be the pinch runner for Decker. And it looks like Bandy will stay in and play right field. We'll update that at the bottom of the inning. So Luke Bandy runs for Decker. And now Cameron Cannon will step to the plate. Cannon, a 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Now Brooklyn's pitching coach, Josue Matos, is going to make his way to the mound. Let's update where we've gotten to this point for you. If you're just tuning in, Brooklyn took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd. Beatty walked, Adon doubled up the 3rd. 1 out later, Mangum with an RBI single. Duplantis grounded out the 2nd. It became 2-0 Brooklyn. Lowell would score 2 runs in the top of the 3rd with 2 men out. Decker walked. Cannon singled him up to 2nd, and Davis singled to drive in Decker. Cannon went to 3rd on the base hit and scored when the right fielder fired the ball errantly back into the infield. That made it 2-2. Spinners took the lead in the 7th on a Marino Campagna home run. But Brooklyn scored twice in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out, a single by Mangum, an RBI triple by Duplantis, and an RBI single by Romero. Cameron Cannon expecting the first pitch here from Andrew Edwards. Left-hander set, and the pitch. Line drive, second baseman makes the play, throws from his knees, and Cannon is retired on a 4-3 ground out. Down to his knees goes Ritter to make the play. That's going to move the runner up. Bandy up to 2nd. 2 men outs, and here 2 men out in the inning, and here is Joe Davis. Davis, a 6-4-3 double play in the 1st. He singled to center in the 3rd. Flied out to left in the 6th. Davis had the walk-off home run to beat Batavia in the 1st round. Is it possible he could do it again here? Davis almost had a home run in the 1st, and he hit a foul fly out of the ballpark deep to left. Edwards gets set. Here's the pitch to Davis. Joe grounds one down to 3rd. That's a fair ball. The throw is in time, and the side is retired. Davis is out on a 5-3 grounder. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the Spinners will lead 1. We have played 7.5 innings. This game coming to you from MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York. It's Game 3 of the New-York-PENN League Championship Series. 4-3 Cyclones. This is Lowell Spinners postseason baseball on 980 WCAP. Middlesex falling behind 3-2 in the the top of the seventh. They've scored twice. They have a 4-3 lead. Spinners down to their last 3 offensive outs. The task here is to keep this at a 1-run game and give the Spinners offense a chance. In the ninth, for Lowell, it will be Northcutt, Campagna, and Flores. And Luke Ritter will start for Brooklyn here in the bottom of the 8th. Ritter, single to left in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Ritter grounded out to short in his last at bat. 1 for 3 is Ritter. Ritter, Genord, and Beatty against Padron, who started out quite dominating. He set down the first 7 batters he faced. Genord reached on the error, but Padron came back to get Beatty and 8 on. But Brooklyn scoring twice in the 7th. To come from behind, the Cyclones have a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Padron kicks and deals. The first pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and it is 0-1. Spinners going to have to work some magic in the 9th inning. This year, when Lowell has trailed at the end of 8 innings, their record is 1-26. The only win came up in Vermont in August. Here's the 1-strike pitch. That's a fastball too high. And the count now 1-1 on Luke Ritter, a dangerous hitter for Brooklyn. At least he has been against the Spinners. Wind continues to howl. Padron towing the rubber. Here's the pitch. High pop to the right side. That ball gets out of play. Count 1-2. Brooklyn hoping to add insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. Spinners want to put up 1 more 0 here. Padron takes a deep breath on the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ritter swings as the bat goes flying and lands on the screen near the Spinners dugout. Count on Luke Ritter now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ritter will treat his bat a little bit here. And Luke will work his way back into the right-hand side of the batter's box. Ritter, how dangerous is he? He had a 5-hit game against the Spinners earlier this year. Padron with the 1-2, swinging a line drive, foul down the third base line, and 2 hops into the seats. And now Padron, the right-hander, deals. Ritter swings and misses. Strike 3 on the fastball. Ritter is down on strikes. That'll be the first out. Ritter is now 1 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Padron coming back, making a statement with that high fastball up in the zone. 1 out. Here's Joe Genord. Genord 1 for 3. Genord hit into a 6-4 force out. He singled to left and reached on an error. 1 for 3. Steele, Padron, Artiles deals. There's a ball outside. The count 1-0. And Padron working quickly. There's the changeup. In there for a called strike. 1-1. Padron working very quickly. He'll deal 1-1. There's a pop fly to the right side. And that ball will land in the parking lot behind us. Strike 2. A lot of room down that left field line. As Padron looks in, here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He caught him with a curveball. Strike 3. Genord is out. That'll be the second out for the Cyclones. And that'll bring up now Brett Beatty, the designated hitter. Beatty with a walk and 2 strikeouts. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, and a run scored. Right-hander into the windup and the pitch. Line foul off to the left as it hits the top of the screen. Padron, the right-hander, out of Havana, Cuba. 22nd round pick last year by the Red Sox. Coaching box area. Padron quickly gets ahead 0-2. And now Yusniel ready. He will rock a deal with the 0-2. He missed inside with a fastball. 1-2. Well, 3-1 at the GCL level last year, 0-1 at Greenville this year. Here's the 1-2. Outside. He checked his swing. Pitch missing up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again in the ninth for the Spinners. Northcutt, Campagna, and Flores. Remember, Campagna had the home run in the 7th inning. That put the Spinners in the lead. The 2-2 on the way. Here it is. As a line drive foul back up on the screen. We're even up at 2-2. Adon waits on deck for Brooklyn. Beatty will step in. 2-2 pitch from Padron. Here it is. Curveball. He struck him out swinging, and that's it for Brooklyn in the 8th. 3 consecutive strikeouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We have played 8 from MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York. It's the New York-Penn League Championship Game 3. After 8, Brooklyn 4, Spinners 3. You're listening to Lowell Spinners postseason baseball on 980 WCAP.
It's summer.
Fans are on their feet here in Coney Island. Brooklyn looking for their first ever outright New York-Penn League Championship. Pitches high to Northcutt. Ball 1. Spinners also in that same boat. One of these two teams is going to be a first-time New York-Penn League champion. Here's the 1-1 to Northcutt. Nick swings and misses at the curve. Strike 2. 1-2 the count on the Spinners' third baseman, Nick Northcutt. Taps the plate, gets back in the box. Edwards looking in. The left-hander kicks and deals. Northcutt takes outside. Ball 2. Close pitch. And the 2,500 or so umpires in the stands didn't agree. 4-8-1 Brooklyn. 3-4-1 for Lowell. Edwards peers in. Here's the 2-2 to Northcutt. Line drive up the middle. Base hit center field. Spinners will get the lead man on. Northcutt 2 for 4. And they'll bring the tying run. They have the tying run on. They'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate. The Spinners are going to send in a pinch runner here. And looks like it may be Rafaela coming in to pinch run. All right, Dalton's going to come in to run for Northcutt. So that's just what the doctor ordered here in the top of the 9th. Here's Marino. He had a home run last time up. Campagna lined out to third, grounded out to short, and then he homered in the 7th. His home run broke a 2-2 tie. Get you caught up on the defensive changes now in just a moment. Luke Bandy stayed in to play right field. Here's the pitch. Foul popped off the end of the bat off to the right. So you recall that Bandy came in to pinch run for Decker. He, by the way, stayed in to play right field. Dalton the pinch runner now, so the Spinners will make a change at third base if the game gets continued in the bottom half of the inning. 0-1 the count on Marino Campagna. Edwards, the lefty, ready. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, called strike. 0-2. You can bet Brooklyn's going to work carefully to Campagna, who had the home run last time. Tying run at first, top of the 9th. Spinners down by a run. Edwards toes the rubber. The 0-2, swinging a ground foul into the Spinners on deck circle. Flores grabbed it with his bare hand and flips it over to the ball attendant. Campagna with several clutch hits this year. Can he do it again? Lowell needs 1 to tie and 2 to take the lead. Edwards sets. Dalton a very short lead at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's the first out here in the top of the 9th. Campagna goes down swinging. And Anthony Flores is the next scheduled hitter for the Spinners. Luke Montz is going to come down and speak with plate umpire Justin Juska. Looks like a pinch hitter will be coming up for the Spinners with one out here in the ninth. Let's see what Luke has in mind in terms of a pinch hitter. He's got Baldwin on the bench. Looks like Jack Groshans has grabbed the bat. And he may be the one to get the call here. Groshans would hit for the shortstop, Flores. And that's exactly what we're going to have. As Groshans will step to the plate. And as Groshans comes up to the plate, Josue Matos will come to the mound. Now keep in mind, Groshans had a big home run in this ballpark back in July. He had a 3-run homer in that particular game. The Spinners were down 4-3. Groshans came up and hit the 3-run homer to put Lowell up 6-4. He loves to hit in this ballpark. So, a mound conference here. And the Cyclones will now have to pitch to Jack Groshans. Groshans has hit very well in this ballpark this year. If Brooklyn comes up in the bottom of the ninth, they would have the lower third, Adon, Ortega, and Mangums, the scheduled hitters. Spinners would love for it to get there. Short lead at first for the pinch runner Dalton. Edwards deals. Groshans takes it outside, ball one. Groshans pinch hitting for Flores, who had gone 0 for 3. He flied out, struck out, and grounded out. Andrew Edwards, the left-hander, at the belt. Here's the 1-0 to Jack Groshans. Up and away, ball two. Good patient approach there for the Spinners pinch hitter. Stephen Scott waits on deck. Brooklyn is 2 outs away from a championship. Spinners have the tying run at first here in the top of the ninth. 4-3 Cyclones. Jack Groshans levels the bat. He's got the count in his favor, 2-0. Edwards deals. Low and in, ball three. Groshans in the driver's seat now with a count of 3-0. Interesting to see if they give him the green light here. Max will tap the plate. And he's ready for the 3-0 from Andrew Edwards. The left-hander kicks and deals. Curveball low and inside, ball four. Groshans, the pinch hitter, draws a walk. And that will put runners at first and second with 1 out here in the ninth. So moving on up to second will be the pinch runner Dalton. And the Spinners now could tie this thing up with a base hit. Here is Stephen Scott. Scott has hit into a 6-4 force play, grounded out to second, and then struck out swinging. Scott also is a guy who has had a reputation for big hits. No bigger situation than this. And it's a lefty-lefty matchup here. Runners lead from first and second. The Brooklyn left-hander kicks and deals. Scott with a big swing and a miss at a high fastball. That ball was foul, tipped into the mitt for strike one. You can cut the tension with a knife here at MCU Park in Brooklyn. Spinners not going quietly here in the top of the ninth. A clutch hit is necessary to keep the Spinners' hopes alive. Here's the 0-1 from Edwards to Scott. The pitch. Scott punches one foul off to the third base side. Ball lands on top of the screen, retrieved by Spinners trainer Taylor Boucher in the dugout. He'll flip it to a lucky fan who grabs a championship souvenir. Stephen Scott broke his bat on that swing. He'll go back to the dugout and get a new piece of lumber. Scott will head over to the bat rack and grab a new bat. The inning started with a base hit by Northcutt. He was lifted for the pinch runner Dalton. After Campagna struck out, Groshans, the pinch hitter, came up and walked. Spinners have first and second, one man out. Stephen Scott trailing in the count here 0-2. Scott has retrieved a new bat, and he'll now step in to face Edwards. Scott will tap the dish. He'll await the 0-2 from the Brooklyn left-hander. Edwards at the belt. Here's the 0-2 to Stephen Scott. The pitch. And he lays off. Pitch just outside. Ball one. Brooklyn fans were clamoring for a called third strike. Home plate umpire Justin Juska says no. Scott will dig in now and await the 1-2 from Edwards. Outfield medium depth and straight away for the left-handed hitter. Edwards will check the runners. The left-hander ready. The pitch to Stephen Scott. Swing and a miss. Strike three. And the Spinners are down to their final out. And now Luke Montz once again will send up a pinch hitter, Ron Hell. It looks like, let's see, will they go with Baldwin here as the pinch hitter? Let's see. It looks like Alex Arrow. Alex Arrow will come up to pinch hit for Ron Hell. So it's come down to this. Spinners' season has come down to this. Arrow will come up to pinch hit for Ron Hell. Ron Hell was 0 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Arrow will be up there from the right side. And the Cyclones are now just 1 out away from a championship. Can the Spinners get this thing tied up here in the ninth? MCU Park on their feet. There's not a single person sitting right here. Arrow awaits the first pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss at a curveball. Strike one. Gilberto Jimenez is in the on-deck circle. He would bat if it gets extended. All it will take will be 1 base hit, and we could get this game tied up here in the 9th inning. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 4-3 Brooklyn. Arrow up there from the right side. He'll await the 0-1. The left-hander is ready. Edwards kicks and deals. Swing and a miss and a slow curve ball, and it's 0-2. And the Spinners are down to their final strike. MCU Park on its feet in unison. Dalton. Edwards at the belt. The 0-2 to Alex Arrow. Here it comes. Strike three swinging. The ball game is over, and the Brooklyn Cyclones are the 2019 NY-PENN League champions. Spinners threaten in the 9th, but they do not score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And the Spinners will lead 2. Final score from MCU Park here in Brooklyn, New York. The Brooklyn Cyclones captured the NY-PENN League Championship. Final score, Brooklyn 4 and the Spinners 3. We're back with the post-game report next. You're listening to Lowell Spinners postseason baseball on 980 WCAP.
Since 2001, Mill City Environmental has provided environmental project managers with cost-effective cleanup solutions, such as facility cleanups, asbestos and mold abatement, oil and hazardous material, and waste disposal services. This is the time we all must take care of our environment.